Center for the Ethiopian Educational Information and Communication Technology presents Educational Satellite Television Programs.
Hello, teacher. Hello, students. Welcome to today's lesson on some important salts and their uses. In our last lesson, we learned about the preparation of salts. We discussed several different methods for preparing them, including direct combination, reacting active metals with dilute acids, reacting metal oxides with acids, neutralization. We also discussed reacting metal carbonates with dilute acids and the double decomposition reaction. We also demonstrated a simple experiment to show how copper sulfate is prepared using neutralization. In today's lesson, we will list some important salts. We will also discuss some of the common and indirect uses of these salts. We will begin by talking about sodium chloride, which you might know as common table salt. If you were going to prepare or preserve food, sodium chloride is the salt you would use. It is also used to manufacture baking soda, which is frequently used in baking. Sodium chloride is used as a raw material to manufacture sodium, chlorine, and sodium hydroxide. It is used to prepare sodium carbonate, which is a raw material used to produce glass. Sodium chloride is also a component of oral rehydration salt, which is used during oral rehydration therapy. This is a treatment used to solve the hydration problems that exist in a lot of developing nations. Dehydration is often associated with certain health problems, such as diarrhea and gastroenteritis. Oral rehydration therapy saves the lives of a lot of young children, especially in developing countries. About 2.6 grams per liter of oral rehydration salt is comprised of sodium chloride. Ammonium nitrate is a salt that is commonly used for agricultural purposes. It is used to manufacture high nitrogen fertilizer, which improves the fertility of soil and provides nutrients to plants. Ammonium nitrate is also used as an oxidizing agent to produce explosives. In fact, it is the main ingredient in ANFO, which is a widely used explosive mixture. Copper 2 sulfate is a salt that is used to produce Bordeaux mixture, which is a combination of copper 2 sulfate and calcium hydroxide. Bordeaux mixture is a fungicide that is used to prevent fungus from attacking leaves and vines. This helps to protect the growth of grapes, melons, and berries. Copper 2 sulfate is used in other fungicide mixtures as well. Copper 2 sulfate is also useful for the process of electroplating. I am sure you remember from previous lessons that this process involves coating one metal with another metal. Electroplating protects the finished product from corrosion and abrasion and gives it a more attractive appearance. Students, in a moment, you will see a list of the salts we have discussed so far, as well as a list of uses. Please name each salt and match them with their uses. Some salts may be matched with more than one use. You may begin.
Students, let's get ready. Begin. Time's up. Let's get back to our lesson.
Hello, students. Were you able to name each salt and match it to its uses? The first salt is sodium chloride. It is used to season food, manufacture baking soda. It also is used as a raw material to produce oral rehydration salt. The second salt is ammonium nitrate. It is used to produce fertilizers and explosives. The third salt is copper 2 sulfate. It is used to manufacture fungicides and in electroplating. If you correctly named each salt and matched it to its uses, then you are doing great. Let us continue by listing some more salts and their uses. Iron 3 chloride is a salt that is used to treat wastewater. It is also used to etch printed circuit boards. These are used to connect the components in many electronic devices. Potassium nitrate is used to produce gunpowder, as well as other explosives. This often involves a mixture of potassium nitrate, carbon, and sulfur. Like ammonium nitrate, potassium nitrate is used to produce fertilizer. It is also becoming popular as an ingredient in toothpaste to help treat sensitive teeth. Calcium sulfate, which is also referred to as gypsum, is a salt that is used to produce plastering for walls and plastering to support fractured bones. It is also used to thicken certain food products, such as tofu. Barium sulfate has a rather interesting use. It is often used clinically as a radio contrast agent for X-ray imaging, as well as other diagnostic procedures. The barium sulfate is administered to the patient either orally or by enema. It is also used as an ingredient for oil well drilling fluid and as white pigment in paints. Iron 2 sulfate is the last salt we will discuss in this lesson. It is used to fortify food, and it is administered in tablet form to patients who are iron deficient. Students, let us do an activity. Please describe what oral rehydration salt is, as well as oral rehydration therapy. Have you or anyone you know ever taken this treatment? Please discuss this with your classmates.
Students, let's get ready. Begin. Time's up. Let's get back to our lesson.
Hello again, students. You were correct to say that oral rehydration salt is a mixture of ingredients, such as salt, sugar, and water, used as a hydrating beverage. Oral rehydration therapy is the process of administering oral rehydration salt to people who are dehydrated. As we mentioned before, dehydration can be a serious issue. Left untreated, it can result in seizures, permanent brain damage, or even death. Dehydration often happens as a result of diarrhea or other illnesses. When you are sick, and even when you are well, it is important to drink plenty of fluids. Today, we learned about the common and indirect uses of salts. In our next lesson, we will learn about the properties of salts. This brings us to the end of our lesson for today. Until next time, thank you, teacher. Thank you, students.